Hey guys, I feel the need to do this video because it seems like people still don't understand the physics between a man and a female. Because, okay, so I saw a post on Facebook, I might have on this picture, basically a woman who's born a woman but she's got too much testosterone, so she can't compete. Well, she can't compete anyway with other women. I think even if she tried with men, it's not enough testosterone. But whatever, either way. And then there's one at the bottom saying, oh, this transgender can compete. Okay, let's just break it down into simple terms. So, the trans woman, by the way, can I just say I'm against this, but I need to sort of, why she is technically allowed to compete, but is obviously still at an advantage. So, as she's transitioning into female, she'd be taking estrogen and bringing down the testosterone levels. The reason why she's able to compete is because she's managed to bring the testosterone down to the point where it's at level with everybody else. The reason why she still has advantage though is because she still is built like a bloke, and I don't know the history of this person. I don't know if when she was a male he competed or went to the gym or whatever. I'm going to assume so. So that would be another advantage, and genetics as well. So it's still an advantage. It's still unfair, but the reason why she is allowed to compete is just because of the levels. What's allowed to compete, where the other woman has high testosterone. Naturally, yes, I know you can understand it's unfair, but it'd be unfair for her to compete. It's basically a double-edged short sword. So, yes, it would be unfair for her to compete because her testosterone would be higher than all the other girls. But on the other side, it's unfair for the trans woman to compete because, yes, her levels are the same level as the women competing. She still has an advantage because she was a bloke, and everything, she's already gone through puberty and everything like that. The only time there's kind of, I would say, consider it not necessarily unfair is if it's somebody who's, even then there's kind of question mark, should you be doing stuff like that, transitioning during puberty, because you're already confused and stuff, and sometimes you can change your mind and everything like that. But that's the only way I would say would be fair, if the person transitioned before he hit puberty or just at the beginning of puberty. Just because then not everything's kind of, obviously puberty is where you grow and everything like that, and at that point if you are transitioning you kind of stop obviously the male hormones and stuff from developing and stuff like that, to a point. That's the only time I would say it's fair enough. But as I said, that's basically why. I mean, you can carry on posting the photos and stuff, and like messages and stuff, or messages or statuses saying how it's unfair, but that's how it's done. It's literally just done by numbers. They don't look at it deeper and think, wait a minute, this trans person actually still has an advantage because they're built as a bloke. Obviously this person bombed out the Olympics, but I know people are like, whatever, just whatever. That it's still unfair, if that makes any sense. But that's basically the breakdown why she's can't compete and why she can't compete, the natural hormone and the natural person with the high testosterone, and then that's the reason why the trans woman can compete. Which again, it's considered unfair, yeah, I know, but I mean, some people are for it, some people aren't for it. But as I said, she has an advantage, and you'll never see it. I say this all the time, you'll never see a trans. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never seen a trans man then try and compete with other men because they know that even though they've got the testosterone, they're still not close to the same performance as a bloke. They're still good. You know what I mean? It's just, it's biology, it's genetics, it's that sort of thing. But for some reason, trans men always, because they have an advantage. They know how they have an advantage, and it isn't fair. But that is just a breakdown as to why she can't compete, but the trans woman can compete. So yeah, that's it for this video. So bye guys. I forgot to mention as well, the woman that can't compete currently because her testosterone is too high, she can, if she wants to, get some, like, I don't know how to do it, take more, I don't know how this works when it comes to trying to bring, but she could, get help to see for them to bring her testosterone down. So technically, I mean, that could be expensive. I don't know if she's British or if that ever covered the NHS, but you get what I mean. Like, there were all ways if she wanted to, she could. But I thought I'd just point that out as well.